come on in here so you know?
Well, it's okay. We're filming now, Mr. Meyers.
Oh,
I'm with the legendary Ric Meyers, published author, worked at Atlas Comics. Russ Heath loves them. Will you tell us about your new book, sir?
Anyway, I have 2 new books. This is for 1 week only, World of Exploitation Films.
Right.
Which is a remaster of the one I originally wrote in 1983 with a much better cover and a much better back cover. The insides are pretty cool too. This is my new my Kung Fu film book. It's not martial art movies. The previous movies I've done on this subject have been martial art movies, which include the Japanese stuff and Korean and all the rest. This is just Kung Fu movies, and this ties in with my new film, which is called Films of Fury, the Kung Fu movie.
That's a documentary then?
Documentary. It's coming out on video on demand November 1st. It'll be out on DVD in January of 2012. This is available, of course, at my website, ricmeyers.com. R-I-C, leave the K off for Karma, M-E-Y-E-R-S.com. And also filmsoffury.com, which is the...
And that's where we can get the books and the documentary.
And the documentary. And also they're available on Amazon as both hard copy and ebooks.
Great.
So those are my 2 new ones. And
you've written a lot of other things, because I've had your stuff.
I've done a lot of other things, and I continue to do a lot of them.
Can you speak very briefly on your secret identity?
My secret identity? Well, you know, there's a reason I have this beard. And let me put it this way, I bring toys to all the good little girls and boys.
Mr. Meyers has been working as a Santa Claus, which has been really great.
No. I have
volunteering,
not been working,
I'm sorry.
No. I haven't been working as a Santa Claus. I am Santa Claus.
This is Santa Claus, I'm sorry. Do you want me to restart the interview? Is that all right?
Huh?
Is that all right to keep that there?
I tell everybody.
Okay, well, one more question, Mr. Meyers. Can you tell us anything about your experience at Atlas Comics in the 70s with
sure.
Mr. Goodman?
As a matter of fact, I went over to the Atlas booth here at the New York Comic Con and laughed at them. It was great. I was Jeff Rovin. I was working on a play at the University of Bridgeport. I was still in college. I was telling stories to the stage crew as we were working. And one of the stage crew guys said, "You should talk to my brother. He's starting up a comic book company in New York." And I said, "Hey, that's cool." So I had been, unbeknownst to this guy, I had been writing and drawing comics my entire life. But for myself, I hadn't been selling any of them, but I was typing up all new ideas. So I went to see his brother, who turned out to be Jeff Rovin, who was the editor-in-chief of the Atlas comic line. And I didn't get to see him the first day because he was so busy. But afterwards, when we were in the bathroom in the urinals next to each other, I'm going, you know, you really should have a peon, speaking of being in the bathroom, to take, because I listened to you for 9 hours, and you only really had to do an hour of that work. You should have somebody else doing all the little shit work. And he went, "Oh, that's a very interesting idea. Why don't you come back next week?" So he invites me back next week. I come next week. Then he invites me again. I come back the next week. I come for 4 weeks in a row. And it's literally my birthday that year. I went on my birthday, and he said, "Hey, Rick, this is our new art director, Steve Mitchell. Steve Mitchell, this is Ric Meyers, our new assistant editor." And that's the first I heard of it. I went, "What?" And then that started the nightmare that was Atlas.
But Russ Heath, legendary artist, you're one of his favorite writers?
No. I'm not Russ Heath, Alex Toth.
Alex Toth,
Alex
I'm sorry.
Toth.
I totally messed that up.
He didn't even know who I was.
But he requested your stuff after that first story.
Well, he loved, yeah.
That's great company to be in, sir.
Oh, yeah.
That's how good your stuff was.
I got to hang with Jeff Jones and Mike Kaluta and Bernie Wrightson and Neil Adams. I was a regular over at the Neil Adams Continuity Studio.
I just remembered this from your interview. I haven't read this in 10 years. Didn't you cut all your hair off in frustration?
Oh, yeah.
That's a true story.
Jeff put his fist through the wall, and one day, and I was just going, "Oh, Jeff's all wired up, but I'm okay. I can take this pressure. I can take this insanity. I can take this stupidity. No problem. Oh, a little piece of my hair is extra. I guess I'll go to the bathroom and take care of that." And when I came back, huge hunks of it was missing, and everybody in the office was looking at me like...
From stress.
I didn't know it, but yeah.
Well, that was 4 minutes of your time. I appreciate it, Mr. Meyers. One more time, tell us where to get the books.
You can get it at ricmeyers.com, the K off of Rick for Karma. You can get it at filmsoffury.com. You can get it on Amazon.com. Films of Fury for 1 week only. ricmeyers.com. Yay me.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.